This is Beaverville. Come on in.
I would never do something like that. First of all, I have a girlfriend who I love very much.
Her name is?
Michelle.
Michelle. What she look like?
She's super tall.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
I've been to every city in Mexico. Came across an unclaimed piece of meat in Baja. Turned out to be Rosie. Guess you picked a knife fight with somebody better.
I woke up yesterday morning with a spring in my step.
Start later, please.
I could never know what the day was.
Fast forward ahead.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper, gang. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang. Yes. Boy, that is good news.
It is the 28th and final day of February 2025. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. Yeah, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday. Parrish and Marnie and a cast of thousands and the initials game and so much more. Why wait a moment? Why wait another moment? Here's David Spade. It's comedy. It's Friday. I hope you're feeling good. Going to be a great day today. A little chilly tomorrow, but still great. And then right back to the sunshine on Sunday. David Spade with comedy on a Friday morning. Come on in now. I'm glad you're here.
People go, you're on TV or movies. Is it easy to act? Yes. I mean, yes. It's not hard. I mean, obviously people can do it. It's not like other things. This might be the easiest because you always hear about people doing it and doing well. I mean, the Oscars. This is the hardest thing you can do in acting. The best of the best award of all actors, right? Gabrielle Sidibe. We know who she is. She was in Precious. Never done a movie. Up for an Oscar. Last year, Beast of the Southern Wild. 5-year-old girl. First movie. Up for an Oscar. Jennifer Hudson. American Idol. Gets 8th place on American Idol. She can't win in the field she has trained her whole life for. Singing. Waltzes over to acting, wins an Oscar her first try. It's like me, hey, I want to play the NBA. Oh, you can't do that. That doesn't look that hard. I'm the MVP the first year. You're better than LeBron? I guess. They just put it in the hoop. It didn't seem hard, yeah.
On your side, you hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride.
You know, 24 hours ago, we were pretty bummed out about Gene Hackman and how weird that story was as it was continuing to break. And now 24 hours later, now I'm just kind of grossed out. Man, the details are gross.
Pretty bad.
Whenever the word mummification is used. Oh, God. They had been dead for days.
Ugh. Yeah.
Showed obvious signs of death, body composition, bloating in her face, mummification in both hands and feet. What the hell is going on in the Hackman house?
Well, that's the problem. Like, he was pretty old.
95.
Did she pass away and he just laid there wondering, what am I going to do now?
I've died and I can't get up.
Help me!
I don't know.
As Cole would say years ago, yuck.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yuck is the right answer. And, no obvious signs of gas leaks or carbon monoxide leaks or carbon monoxide poisoning. So
that's immediately what I thought. When they said, no foul play suspected.
Made the most sense. But now the deaths are, quote, suspicious.
Oh, is that right? I didn't read that.
Mm-hmm. Well, suspicious because there's a whole bunch of pills. Right?
No.
So it's...
What if they were boner pills and he was getting ready to throw some boots?
Maybe. The pills were all around her, though.
Right.
I don't think she's taking boner pills.
Why is the dog dead?
Well, and maybe the dog had boner pills. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Maybe the dog...
Do they have that?
They had 3 dogs. 2 of them lived. 1 of them did not. And I'm wondering if the 2 that lived kind of snacked on the only meat they could find.
Ooh.
Yeah. Mm. As Chloe would say, yuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, I think one of them was next to a space heater, right?
What does that mean?
Maybe it cooked it a little bit before.
Oh, jeez.
Marnie's gone.
I mean, the guy's name is Gene Hackman. I hope the dogs didn't take that too literally.
Good point.
Nobody seems to know
Marnie's gone?
No, she'll be back today.
Oh.
No.
Hackman's gone and everybody seems to care.
Yeah,
He's a good actor.
Very good.
Legendary.
Did you
Legendary.
hear yesterday he was Rosie's favorite actor ever?
My God. I did hear that.
I do remember him saying that on this show. I actually do. That's not a joke. I remember him saying it because of the French kiss connection.
Yeah. That's the version you saw.
It's one of them, sure.
Mummification.
Ugh, such a gross word.
95 years old.
And that's how you go. Yeah, so maybe like he passed and she's like, well, that'll do her.
Yeah, is that the leader in the clubhouse now? As we just continue to recklessly speculate about a couple of deaths, but I mean,
if he died and she
just took herself out,
that's what. That's kind of what
she just overdosed on pills. Who knows?
I didn't think of it that way, Chris.
That's kind of what I inferred.
It's all these CBS dramas you watch. I think that you are a detective now.
Well, it's Doc, the television show Doc.
I bought a sweatshirt.
Space Doc?
Yeah, it's
or is
Space
that the
Doc.
new one?
It's a different thing. It's a show I'm filming about space talking.
Oh, good for you.
Thank you.
All right, we ask this all the time, but let's try it one last time with Gene Hackman. When you think of Gene Hackman, what is the first movie that you personally think of? What do you attach him to the most?
Well, now it's The Mummy.
Oh. He wasn't in The Mummy.
Tenenbaums.
The first thing I think of.
What is it?
Tenenbaums.
Okay, I go Superman. He was. I watched that movie so many times when I was younger. He's
Good
Lex
one,
Luthor.
too, yeah. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Far from his best role, but he's awesome in that role.
Duck, I says. I go with Unforgiven.
Mm.
You mean the Duke? No.
Mm-hmm.
Duck, I says. Oh, holy balls, man.
So good.
So good, right?
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
You promised me.
You
were gonna
my
watch
God.
it.
You were
gonna watch it
You
yesterday.
made a promise.
I had
to
a
me.
lot to do.
Oh, yeah.
Like what?
I have a lot to do, and I've watched freaking 12 Westerns in the past 3 weeks. I only have 2 left.
You had a lot to do?
Yeah.
Come on. What'd you do?
I went to Shields.
You had to go to Shields?
Yep.
And then?
Why, you got a big game today?
No. Got some shoes.
So you had to get shoes yesterday.
Yep.
Well, your feet were bare.
Yep.
Okay, what else?
Then we went to Lions Tap.
So you went to lunch?
Yeah, which, by the way, you spent 15 minutes telling me was completely overrated yesterday.
And then you went.
And then you went and didn't invite me. Like you were like throwing me off the scent.
We were in the area. We walked out of Shields.
You were in the area.
And my wife said we should get something quick for lunch because we had the child with us.
Was she talking about sex with you?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. No, that's quick because of me. That's what I was saying. I'm not hip with the jokes yet. So I said, okay. She said, how about we go to Lions Tap? And I look at her and go, I just savaged it this morning.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, let's go.
My wife never tweets, and she tweeted and said, you're a fraud.
Yeah.
You are a fraud.
Yeah.
So-
And then it was
Rosie's
it was
my
great.
meat sauce.
Zacho?
So wait, the very day that Hawk said that you guys should go together, because Hawk said yesterday on the show
He did?
Oh, yeah.
that you guys should go to Lions Tap
my
that
point,
very afternoon. You did, and you didn't even reach out.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you rubbed it in because, as I'm sure you were already gone when you tweeted the picture that you were there.
No, we had just pulled up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was great.
Yeah, you're not,
So
you're not
you
gonna
got
acknowledge-
shoes and you got lunch, and that's why you couldn't watch a movie.
And then when we got home, I had to wait and give your game to my buddy Toby.
I don't think he exists.
And then at 2:00, the combine started. So I watched that.
So from 2:00 on, you had nothing to do.
And then I went to Dave's Town Club in Delano, which is a sweet spot.
Do you do anything other than eat?
No, I didn't eat there. I went there for an appearance.
So you
But no,
bought
I-
shoes and ate.
Yeah,
You didn't eat anything when you went to Dave's.
I did not. I did not.
I did not.
I did not.
That's
No.
a double negative. That means you did.
No, I did not. I had nothing to
Just
eat.
admit it. You hate my guts.
I do not. I love you. You know that.
You filthy.
You're my soul sister.
You're a filthy bastard.
You promised him you would watch a Hackman movie yesterday.
Okay.
How was your overrated burger?
It was excellent.
Oh,
Yeah.
So not overrated.
No. It was not overrated.
They're not too big. They're salty as hell. I love them.
Your thing that you said yesterday is spot on. It's not a big sloppy gloppy burger. Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah, and you're right about that.
And you denied that. And you called me a flat earther.
I did.
Which
And a
didn't
son
make
of a...
any sense.
Yeah. And I called you a slut.
A giant slut.
Well.
Yeah. I only like big women.
Yeah, well.
Really big ones.
But yeah. So then today...
Mummified.
I've got... salty. I can't do it today either.
Can't do what?
Watch your movie.
A lot of dramatic sips in the first 9 minutes of this
I need
episode.
some coffee.
What the hell do you have going on today?
Well, today, at 10:30, I'm on Tom Bernard's podcast.
Oh, good.
Then at He Still Wants You, 2 Sluts On.
Yeah.
And then at 1:30, I'm playing Password.
Lucky.
And then tonight I have stand-up at Forgotten Star with Common. ForgottenStar.com.
Good for you.
A couple friends are going to go watch it.
It would be great. I'm glad.
We have no interest in what's going on with you.
You know what? I don't want you to watch the film.
No, I'll watch it.
No, I don't want you to now.
I'm going to watch it on Monday because I got to watch the Combine all weekend.
Oh, my God.
I like watching it.
I'm sure you do.
You watch poker
all day. Yep. I watched it a ton yesterday.
Oh, yeah? What'd you learn?
What'd you learn watching the...
Have you adjusted your pre-flop strategy?
No.
Okay.
What'd you learn watching the Combine?
Yeah, what'd you learn watching the Combine? Whole bunch of people aren't even working out there.
That was a huge disappointment.
Hey, I did hear that our guy Dragan Kesic kicked some ass. No pun intended.
No, he's supposed to kick the balls.
I heard he kicked some ass. So I heard he put on a show. Is that
There are
accurate?
donkeys everywhere.
I think.
Did you watch the kickers?
That is not televised. I think that's Wednesday. I did not see any of that. But yeah, a lot of the defensive linemen did not work out. But a couple of them that did, the Vikings should think about drafting.
Why isn't it televised?
The kicking part, I don't think it's televised.
Why not?
State secret.
What makes that not worthy of televising?
No kidding. Fat guys running the 40 is, but watching a guy bomb it 70 yards is not good TV on the NFL Network.
Yeah.
Have Pelissero ask if they can run the kicking thing next year.
And they show this year they are going to show every single 40. They don't skip one.
I never did Edward 40 hands.
Oh, we played it all the time.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, you played it,
Never
right, John?
did it.
Oh, yeah.
We played it with Luke once, and then 5 seconds in, he had to take a dump. So he had to dog.
Yeah, you told us that story.
Oh, I'm sorry. I repeat my stories.
You guys had to wipe for him?
No, he dogged.
I couldn't do it now. I need these hands.
Yeah. Why don't you have Will or Toby do it, or some other new made-up friend that doesn't exist?
No, Toby's real. Will's real.
Yeah. How come we didn't hear about him until this week?
How come he's not Mummified Remains?
Yeah, is that his new nickname?
Yep.
Because he really liked Brendan Fraser films.
Hawk loves that movie.
First one's great. I mean, it's dumb, bad 90s movie, but it's super fun. Zach, your hands up.
You should see Hawk and Michael Shines tomorrow night at the Parkway Theater.
Oh, yeah. What time will that be?
Thank you for that.
But if you don't go to that, you should see Mummified Remains at the Fillmore.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Both of those things. Thank you. They actually play after we're done. So you can leave our show and go to theirs. They don't move very quickly either. They smell funny.
Gross.
Don't bring your dog.
No.
Well, you can bring 2 of the 3, right? I mean, just not the one that was stuck in a closet.
Oh.
Was that what happened?
I think the one was in a bathroom closet.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard. That's
and
worse
the other
than...
2 just survived.
Oh.
He didn't get out when Zach did?
Oh, brilliant.
I guess not.
What was the dog's name? Tommy. We all knew it.
Poor puppy. We don't judge.
Yep, the closet door's open, but he won't leave.
Oh, hang on. Here we go. The German, this is still depressing. The German Shepherd dog was found dead in the bathroom. The affidavit initially said the dog was in a closet, but police later clarified that it was in a crate. That's still terrible.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Terrible.
2
Poor
other
dog.
healthy dogs were found on the property.
You think they stood outside and laughed at him? You cannot get here. Is that what do you say? What Borat say?
You cannot get this.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a great bit.
Pointing at the dog food bowl.
Mm.
What are you guys mean? I said it. It was me.
Hackman's body was found on the ground near the kitchen in a similar condition. A walking cane and sunglasses lay next to the body. Deputies suspected he had suddenly fallen.
Do they know for sure he wasn't doing another film?
Like Weekend at Bernie's 3. He did have sunglasses on and a walking cane.
Yeah.
That's a terrible way to go.
Yeah, terrible way to go, man.
Yeah.
The hell of an end to a great life. Or maybe he didn't have a great life. I guess I don't know, but it seemed like a pretty good one.
Yeah, good point. You never know.
You never know.
Definitely had an interesting one. Whether it was good or not, it's up to him.
Interesting is good.
Yeah, interesting is good.
Yeah. We need to keep that in mind during this show. And by we, I mean Sauce.
I'm not interesting at all.
That was exactly his point.
Oh, sorry.
That's one of the most interesting things you've ever done is just fall off your own deck.
Yeah, that's
fall off your own porch.
Yep.
It doesn't be a front porch, right? Not really a deck.
It's not a deck. Deck is
concrete.
like wooden.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or that was so loud.
Yeah. I'm a huge man.
The F word part is the best, though. Nordo and I, when we were at Army Navy, once we knew you were fine, we watched that video probably 200,000
Yeah, you
times.
should, yeah.
I didn't wait to know if you were fine.
Yeah, well, that's because John's
Agreed,
a
I
true
laughed
friend.
as
I
well.
laughed very.
Well,
The
John's
fact
a
that
true
you
friend.
tweeted it
Yeah, that's what
tipped it off that you were okay,
Yeah.
so I laughed immediately.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad John cares about me.
I love you.
Yeah.
All right, $85,500 potentially up for grabs with the St. Paul Federal Credit Union Initials jackpot. That's at 8:15. Normal for today. Marnie Gellner will be here. Mark Parrish will be here, taking on Sauce and Hawk as well. John Kriesel is here. Lots to get to between now and 9. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
The Fan.
The Power Hour begins at 8 a.m. KFAN.com/watch is where you can find it. It's all thanks to Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed.
Thanks, Zacho. Here we are. Friday morning already. Last day of February already. Tomorrow's going to be a little chilly, right?
Yes.
Then right back to the 40s on Sunday.
I believe so, and then I think 50 on Monday. There's a storm next week that they've had on the docket for a while.
Yeah.
They were like, well, it's a bit early to get too much into it. But now, at this point, they said it's going to be mostly rain, they think, which is good. We don't need any more snow. Get some rain, and then hopefully spring shows up early so we can swing the clubs, Paul.
That'd be great.
You got to talk to Bernard, get a round set up.
He passed away.
Oh, my God.
That's sad.
That was a great show on Friday, once I left.
I thought you did great, too.
Well, thank you.
Thought you did great. Sauce password today, you said, too?
Yeah.
Against Tommy and Common?
Yeah.
You and Barb.
Yep, me and Barb. Yep.
Ooh. Setting that up right now.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
That's such a fun game.
Yeah.
Come again?
Whoa.
Everything she touches.
Wow.
Ooh.
Who wins?
Probably Barb and I. Barb's really good.
Tommy's sneaky good,
Tommy is good, but Barb is like Corey or John or Ryan, where they can carry a bad team.
Soaking wet.
Oh my God, Rosie.
You just got to rattle Common's cage a bit.
Yeah, just get him disinterested.
Right.
Waffle House.
Man, this show is hungry.
Yeah.
We just derailed because of Waffle House.
Because Pot Kessler.
Brilliant. Who calls him that? That's great.
I love that
3 to
dude.
6:30. Said Waffle House.
They didn't want anybody to know.
Oh. All right, Pot Kessler.
Quiet!
Okay. Why did he say that?
He's funny, man. I like that guy.
Yeah, he's the best.
Boom.
We should see if he'll play next week.
Boom.
Could.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Huck's
on
anus.
the road again.
No.
Hear what that anus just said?
Yep.
You're over there
Smell what the
talking
hawk is
S?
cooking.
Yeah.
I need to play Initials again sometime soon.
I hit a
I've
deer.
been banned.
Yeah. You're too good at it.
I guess.
That's what happens.
Pretty good.
Yeah, you
are you guys going to watch the Oscars on Sunday?
Isn't that next
I think
Sunday?
I'm busy.
No, it's this weekend.
It's this weekend.
Is it really?
Pretty sure it's this weekend.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
see.
I don't think so.
It's so long.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Probably not.
My guy's hosting it, though.
Yeah, you have to watch
Conan.
it.
Oh.
Yeah, but like,
Probably will watch just for him.
isn't it better just to like do something else and then watch it on YouTube later?
What am I going to do on a Sunday night?
Right.
I mean, outside of watching White Lotus or something.
Yeah. And not watching Severance.
Which, it's time, right? What are we through? Like 7 episodes,
Yeah,
6 or
I think
7?
so, yeah.
Now
8
I can
tonight.
binge most of it.
Yeah.
All right, I should probably do that this weekend, too. I haven't watched a lot of TV in the last, 3 or 4 months.
Except for poker.
That is true. That's a lot of that.
Which is fine. You like that.
Yeah. Sure do.
I only have 2 of the Westerns left. I have The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
So good.
And then Django Unchained. And then I can move on to, I think Rocky's going to be my first non-Western. I think I'm going to go Rocky, then Jaws.
Have you not seen a Rocky movie?
I have not.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wait till you
Even
see the
number
fourth.
4?
The fourth one is the best one.
And my cousin said, because I always thought, from afar that Rocky was very corny because it kind of, I've seen clips, but that Rocky 1 was a legitimate, it won an Oscar. So I'm excited to see it. He's like, you have to call me once you finish watching that movie because I need your breakdown on it. So we'll see. But I'm going to be sad to leave the Westerns behind. That is a fun genre.
Yeah.
And then I'll have my list of the rankings. Someone asked for those. One person on Twitter, so.
I'm interested too.
Yeah.
I want to see, I'm going to see that.
And the older ones, they hold up.
Yeah, man.
And especially with the remastered.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, just blow somebody away.
I've seen 0 of the Best Picture nominees this year. Which, back in the day, back in the old school Power Trip days, I tried to almost that was when it was 5 movies a year before they expanded it to up to 10. I tried to see them all every year just to, so I, let's have a hot take. Let's see who I want to win. Honora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, Wicked.
I've heard of 2
10.
of those, Wicked and The Complete Unknown or whatever.
How many have you seen, Hawk?
Same again, Corey?
Honora,
Okay.
The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, Wicked.
5.
Oh, wow. What's your favorite one out of the 5 you've seen?
Well, I think The Substance is just, it's disgusting, but it's unlike anything else I've seen. I would probably go Wicked.
Help Me, I'm Stuck in the Dryer didn't make it.
That's for...
No, that's I'm Still Here.
Oh,
that's a documentary.
Yeah.
It's about how to get unstuck.
Yeah.
The fire department shows up and she goes, nope, you guys can't get me out of here. Only stepbrother can.
It's more of a self-help video.
Yeah, it's a moving film.
I actually think there's a couple scenes like that in Conclave.
Jeez.
Wow. It's more of a story about how to bend your back correctly. How to arch that thing.
That thang.
You're damn right. That thing. Arch that back. Thing. Man, you want to see some nudity, though. Watch The Substance. Holy moly. Demi Moore and that other lady just nude the whole film.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that last Friday.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it, though.
Boobs for days. There was a substance, all right.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Lord. Jeez.
Would you relax? I was in a movie theater. It was fine.
Yeah.
All right, Pee Wee.
Yeah.
Don't call me that.
Did you get Reese's Pieces?
I got a piece of something.
Yeah. He always gets
I did.
Reese's
I always get Reese's Pieces. I
Man,
love them.
so good.
Reese's Pieces, man. It's the way to go.
Yep. And a
Sometimes
large
it's the best part
DC.
of going to the movie.
Yep.
You know what's weird is I never have popcorn buyer's remorse. You ever get like a giant tub of popcorn? It costs like $17. You eat about 20% of it. And you would think you would learn your lesson. Next time, I don't need a large bucket of popcorn. I'm never going to eat this. What do you order next time?
Large.
A large.
Yeah.
There's some part of you that goes, well, if I get a small popcorn, I'm going to eat all of that, then I'm going to be mad.
Yeah.
So you get the large every time. I don't think I do more. Honestly, 20-25% tops.
Yeah.
Like just the stuff that's just bathed in butter at the top.
Yeah. Yeah, so much salt, you're like, you better call 911.
Yeah, that stuff goes. And then once you get to the drier stuff, then you just kind of leave it be. It's like $16, $17.
It's the best part of going to the movies with Hawk. He buys 2 popcorns, 2 large pops, and 2 candies.
And you can have something too.
Yeah, right. And then I get what I want.
And then he buys about 15 of those Dune popcorn buckets and takes them home. And then he watches, quote, The Substance.
Yeah, he doesn't even go to the movie. He just leaves with it.
I add my own butter.
That might be the best investment I've made for the theater room. Chloe loves it. If we do a movie night, she'll be like, can we pop popcorn? Because we've got one of the makers. And then it just...
The Lord?
It just... It just comes in a bag, all the ingredients. It's perfect, super easy. And then just hearing that sound, you're like, all right, yeah, we're at the movies.
Yeah, I got the projector screen downstairs, but honestly, my family doesn't like movies much.
Or you.
Or me. So almost always
Yeah, they're
I'm
in there right now watching a film.
Yeah, they have movie marathons at 6 a.m.
Almost always I'm using that, quote, theater room.
Wake up, Dad's gone. Come on.
Watch the Poker Go Cup.
How many times have you watched porn on that and just jerked it?
0 times.
Well, what are you wasting it for? Can I borrow it?
I bet zero for me also.
Can you? What?
Even
How do you not watch porn on there?
Even before wife and Chloe, when I lived alone in that house and had the theater room, did not watch porn.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a great question. Tonight at 10.
Man, they really are desperate for ratings. CCL, what are you doing?
They're finally.
Why doesn't John Kriesel use his projector room for porn? Good question. Tonight at 10.
They would be like, we have not gotten to the bottom of this yet.
Ooh.
That's the name of one of the films.
That is.
But like, when is the last time, Huck, you watched porn on your TV?
What is today?
Today's Friday.
Thursday.
All right.
Where do you watch porn?
My phone.
Oh, disgusting.
Oh, that's gross. At the Lion's Tap?
Oh.
In the bathroom?
I was there with my family. No.
You watch it with your family?
No.
Did you watch porn at Shields?
No.
Did you watch it at that Dave's place you went to?
Oh, Dave's Town Club? Great spot.
Oh, great spot for porn?
No, I didn't watch any porn there.
So you watched no porn at Shields, Lion's Tap, or Dave's Town Car?
Dave's Town Club. Yeah. No, I didn't watch porn. I haven't watched porn in a while, but when I do watch it.
You haven't watched porn in a while, you liar.
No, I bet it's been months.
What?
Months? I hammer the under.
Months.
Hammer the under.
I bet it's been months.
No wonder you're acting like this.
What do you mean?
Every time you walk in here, you grab that thong.
How many months?
I would bet. I bet in sometime in December.
Sometimes I'm watching it and I don't even realize it.
No wonder you think the show Doc on Fox is good. Sometimes you're like, this show's incredible. Then you realize it's...
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Doc.
I'm not watching Fox. What is this?
Oh, those are foxes. We don't call ladies foxes enough anymore. We need to bring that back.
Yeah.
Foxy and lady.
Yeah. You're a real fox.
Yeah, they don't like being called chicks, so let's switch it back to foxes.
That sounds good to me. I'll do it.
That's what Chloe named our cat, is Foxy.
Foxy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Meow, 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 meow.
Exactly.
Yes, I want McDonald's, Paris. Look at me.
That's a silly question, Mark.
Front Page Sports is next. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Country sensation Hardy is bringing the Jim Bob World Tour to Somerset Amphitheater. Catch him when he takes the stage August 16th with special guest Cole Wenzel, Stephen Wilson Jr., and Sikaris. Enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets on our contest page, KFAN.com, keyword contest. Sikarus. Also, we already reached our high. We should note we're falling to 12.
That's too bad.
So it's just
I forgot. Yeah. Well, actually, it happened last week. Kind of breaking news. Weird. I had happy hour with some high school friends that I don't see very often. And one of them, one of my best friends growing up, told me just last Friday that he used to absolutely pour the coals to my aunt. Yeah.
What a weird thing to admit to you.
Yeah, what a great sentence.
And like, hey, what's new in life? Just in this process, he was like, oh yeah, when I was just plowing your aunt, I was like, what?
Your dad's sister?
My dad's sister.
What was the age gap?
Family.
20 years, maybe?
Adam.
She hot?
Girl.
Paul, both of your hands are up.
John's aunt, Woodhawk.
Sight unseen.
Yes. And it was a weird deal, too, because it was like she was an aunt, but actually a cousin because my grandparents adopted her and like all this, like this very weird...
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting interested.
So she's a step aunt.
Step aunt.
So not
sort
by
of,
blood.
No, but she, a cousin by blood.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So just a ridiculous situation where, very nice though. I mean, Matt liked her, so it was like, but yeah, just in casual chat.
How's your life been? Do you have kids? How's your career been going?
Yeah.
What's new with you? What's the last 20 years of your life look like? You used to give it to your aunt all the time.
Yeah. And it just came up when we're talking about when we used to go up to the land four-wheeling. And he's like, well, yeah, there's this happened. And then all of a sudden he's like, then I had to go back to the land because your aunt wanted to get the boots thrown to her. And I was like, hold on, what now?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Wow, that's just great.
Yeah.
Did he give you a breakdown? How was she?
Yeah, I didn't ask for that. But
you didn't?
But I was like, was this just a one? He's like, no. He's like, many, many times. And I was like, oh, good for you.
Wow.
In general, how do you feel about May-December relationships?
May-December.
Know what they're called?
I don't know.
What?
Isn't that the whole bit?
Her last name is December?
His name is May? Did NSYNC write that song about him?
Isn't it May-December relationships when there's like a giant age gap?
Yeah.
Yeah, a May-December romance refers to a romantic relationship where one partner is significantly older than the other, with the younger person often being likened to the spring of their life and the older person being closer to winter, which is December.
Die.
So in this case, your aunt was the December.
Yeah.
And he was the May.
Yes.
And?
Marnie's gone and no one cares.
That'd be the 90s part of that relationship. Now that's weird.
So yeah, what was your reaction to your buddy having ants in his pants?
Apparently my sister knew, though. My sister was like, oh, I didn't tell you that. I was like, I would have remembered that. It's funny.
Is she still around, this aunt?
Yeah, she's alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
What month is she currently in the May-December thing? Is she like in October?
She's New
It
Year's
depends
Eve.
on who it is.
Well, like Chris is what, 54, right?
If it's
He's
Chris,
54.
Yeah, he's handsome.
So then we would say you're November, she's December.
Oh.
Ain't so bad then.
Yeah.
Or no, you would be.
He's like August.
Back that up.
Yeah, August, September.
Yeah, he's like August, September.
And then she'd be
I feel more like November, though. He's right.
Oh.
Mentally, he's November.
Yeah.
And my buddy Matt, for the record, he's always liked antiquing, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
Oh, man, I'm with him on this. We're brothers.
He's always liked them a bit older.
Chris likes antiquing literally and figuratively.
Does he also like elephant hunting?
Jesus. Make sure you pause.
He carries a harpoon. He did jump on a grenade for me once.
Well,
wait.
Like literally? Because you've been at war, so you might be talking literally. True. I don't know.
This is a metaphorical grenade.
It is.
That grenade, Woodhawk.
Yeah. She was mean. And I remember that was another one.
That's one of his favorite traits.
One of the people from our group turned on their vehicle lights. This was also a up north Leader, Minnesota situation. Turned on the headlights, and the vehicle ahead was Matt pouring the coals to,
not your aunt, though.
Not my aunt, but a
Did
heavy
you ever
psycho.
get your aunt appraised?
That's a good question. Tonight at 10.
I feel like we've learned a lot.
I do too.
Yeah. Right. So anyway, thank you for allowing me to get that off my chest, because I said I'm not going to use your full name, Matt,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to talk about this next Friday because this is ridiculous.
I think his last name's Hero.
Yeah.
He is kind of a hero.
Time now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station
Yeah,
Stores.
Holiday Station
Hell
Stores.
yeah.
Thanks to Holiday for Front Page Sports. For a limited time, buy 3 Red Bulls for just $8.50. Mix and match any flavors you want, like this one that John Kriesel brought me. Red Bull Zero with monk fruit.
I love that one.
I thought it was ant flavored.
Oh,
Matt just bought the store out.
Let's see.
Wow.
Let's see here. Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
I would drink this.
And it's not the same flavor as normal Red
No,
Bull
but
or
it's,
the sugar. It's good.
It's good. Well, see, this is one of the things you could get at Holiday. Buy 3, get for whatever, $8.50.
Holiday's the best.
Yeah, it sure is Holiday. Zach, your hands up, or you're pretending to be a maestro? I can't tell.
Can I do the transition to the sports segment?
Sure.
Speaking of an ant getting teed up, the Timberwolves.
How about that?
Lakers 111-102 over the Timberwolves. The Wolves got their butts kicked in the first quarter, 33-17 after 1. They played well the rest of the way, but never quite, got back over the hump. They lose 111-102, but Ant was ejected after picking up his second technical and his 16th technical of the year, so he's now facing a 1-game suspension if they're both upheld. The Wolves are at Utah tonight at 8:30. If you're optimistic about the rest of the way for the Wolves, because the Wolves are 32-28, they're fine. They're hanging in there. DiVincenzo was back last night. No Randall, no Gobert, but still, how about the fact that the Utah Jazz are the opponents tonight? They are 14-44, and the Wolves still have 3 games left against Utah. Got to win all 3.
Of them, yeah.
Got to go 3 for 3.
This is not a serious basketball team. I know there's injuries, though, but when the leader of the team behaves in the manner, and I know he's young, but you got to step up, dude. You can't be acting like that. He is the most aggravating star, in my opinion, we've had on any of our teams in a long time.
Well, but in a lot of ways, Cat was way more aggravating up until last year. Last year, Cat turned a corner for a lot of us, but before last year, Cat was one of the most frustrating and unwatchable stars we've ever had because of some of the things that he would do. But that wasn't necessarily maturity. It was just frustrating play.
Yeah.
And the whining to the officials. But
that
I feel
got
like
really old, too.
But I feel like Cat had hit his ceiling a while ago. Where we said, this is who he is. Ant has a lot of potential still. That is the problem, is it's like, this kind of behavior is holding him back, and that mind's he needs to step up. This is Ant's team, and he's obviously has embraced that role to an extent. But the next step of embracing that role is acting like an adult.
So if the Jazz are the opponents tonight, how quickly does the NBA say these technicals are sticking and you're out for the next game, which is tonight?
The story I read was on bringmethenews.com that he is suspended for tonight. That's what I read. So I would bet we know in an hour or
I would
two
hope
when the
we know
league
today, right?
office
Because
opens.
the ESPN.com story said if both technicals are, quote, upheld, because I assume the league reviews them to see if they can rescind them and say, all right, that was a little quick trigger or something, so that one's not going to. I don't know how that works, but
and
you have a game in less than 24 hours. I would assume the NBA expedites this and says they're both good, you're out.
And the Jazz, you said, has 14 wins?
14-44.
The Wolves are only 3.5-point favorites tonight, so that would mean, I would guess,
that Ant's out.
It says he's set to be on NBA.com, likely to be suspended, but I'm guessing then they still have to review it.
Pretty quickly, though. Wonder how that works. Maybe we can ask Marnie. Maybe she
did
knows.
apologize to the team after the game, according to Chris Hine, but
keep doing the same thing, and then the apologies don't matter.
Duh.
The Wild got absolutely smoked by Utah.
Utah! What a great Minnesota sports night.
Utah! 6-1 the wrong way. Utah wins. Clayton Keller had a goal and 4 assists for a career-high 5 points. The Wild 1-3 against Utah this season. And in those 3 losses, they've been outscored 12-2.
Utah, give me 2.
The Wild turn it around and take on the Colorado Avalanche tonight at 8 o'clock.
It's just the weirdest team, man. It's the weirdest team. They can look so good one night and just completely lose their game on a different night. And very disappointing evening. And I don't know. This team has the Wild's number. So, yikes. I don't know how you analyze this team. I don't know how what are you supposed to say about a team that has all the injuries, all the wins, and all the disappointing losses? I don't know. I'm sorry.
They looked gassed, did they not?
Yeah, they look completely. Like I said, they're a box of chocolates, man. You never know what you're going to get from them, and they've got. I mean, again, they've had the ridiculous adversity, and having Kaprizov and Eriksson out sucks.
Yeah,
it just does. But also, that shouldn't result in that, and I think they would be the first to admit that.
I wonder what the Russell Stover industry felt after Forrest Gump said that. Like, did boxes of chocolates go through the roof for a couple of years when that phrase was a huge deal in the 90s? Remember Russell Stover?
Oh, yeah. Wonder what old Russ is up to these days.
I shouldn't say remember. My guess is Russell Stover still crushes around Easter and Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And the raspberry creams.
Oh, excellent.
Elite.
Yep.
Have
that
you
was
ever
my
had
raspberry
a box of chocolates?
Of course.
A whole box?
Well, most of. I mean, because again, most boxes of chocolates, not to middle finger Forrest Gump, but have a little key or a chart so you know exactly what you're going to get. You don't have to just bite and gamble. You can just read. This one's a strawberry cream. This one's a caramel.
I wouldn't do it. Bite and Gamble would be my band's name.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good law firm.
It's also your dad's kink.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Among other things.
The Minnesota Twins lost 12-1 to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Lopez, 2 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Look it up on your phone. What really matters is next scores and stats around the world of sports. Mr. Z said not a lot going on this week, so he'll check in with us next week. More of the Power Trip after this on The Van.
Get down to Tom's Watch Bar in Minneapolis this Sunday and join Bumper to Bumper's Justin Guard. For a KFAN Wolves watch party, we'll have Timberwolves versus Suns on the big screens, delicious food and drinks, and your chance to secure exclusive KFAN swag and a chance to qualify for Wolves tickets later this season. Get all the details now at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
That spot looks cool. I've never been.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
I walked by it after I saw you at Shane Gillis.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I saw this guy in Saturday night.
And he is hosting Saturday Night Live tomorrow.
I will watch. I don't really watch that show. He's so
I normally
funny.
don't watch it live. YouTube is where I watch it on like a Sunday night, but I might have to tune in live for that. That'll be fun.
Yeah, my wife was so amped to meet you.
Oh.
She's met you, but to see you again, she's like, God, I just love
It's been a
Zach.
while.
And then your crew, it's funny, someone came up to be like, love the show or whatever, to chat with us. And your friends were going, no fans here. No.
Hey, you know how SNL posts, they have like those 15-second promotional teasers where it's like the musical guest, the host, and then normally 1 or 2 cast members, and they do whatever.
Yep.
Stuff that the affiliates can run to promote Saturday Night Live. Well, SNL almost always puts all of them out online just to let you watch them as a group. So the Shane Gillis ones got released a day or 2 ago, and there's one where Jane Wickline's going, hey, weren't you a featured player on SNL? And he goes, yeah, that was a fun day.
Right.
Mm-hmm. No.
And she said, do you have any advice? And he goes, get fired immediately. It worked for me.
God, he's funny.
He did get fired immediately. Let's do What Really Matters, scores and stats around the world of sports in between. Chris will change your life with something else.
Ba-da-ba-da.
And we'll start with wild news presented by Catalyst Supply and CatalystSupplyCo.com. If you're a Twin Cities contractor, boost your build with Catalyst. Thanks, Catalyst.
Hell yeah, man.
6-1 the wrong way. Utah destroys the Minnesota Wild 6-1. The Wild had just 16 shots on goal. Marc-Andre Fleury, 25 saves, facing 31 shots. Yikes. At the Avs tonight at 8 o'clock. But what really matters is this.
So I found this really cool thing in this book that I've got. about people who invented robots like centuries ago. And of course, one of those people is Leonardo da Vinci. Again, if you haven't seen the Ken Burns documentary, I highly encourage you. You won't believe this guy wasn't. I mean, he had to be an alien.
Or a time traveler.
Yeah. According to sketches made by its designer in 1495, the great Italian artist and inventor Leonardo da Vinci made a robot knight that could stand, sit down, turn its head, cross its arms, and even lift up the metal visor of its helmet. Although no complete drawings of the knight exist, there's evidence that Leonardo built the prototype in 1495 to demonstrate it to guests at a party. So in 2002, a NASA scientist named Mark Roshheim built a robot based on Leonardo's sketches, and it worked exactly in the way he predicted it would in 1495.
Insane.
Like, think of how financially advantageous it is to be even 1 or 2 or 3 years ahead of the curve. If you can see a trend coming 1 or 2 or 3 years ahead of time, you are going to be crazy rich in 2025, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine being 500 years ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah. It also must be frustrating.
Outstanding.
Like he drew, I'm sure you guys have seen, he drew a helicopter, and he said he realized he didn't have the technology to do it yet.
But he knew it would work.
But he knew it would work. And it did. Yeah. It would. It's exactly like a helicopter.
It's a little bit like that Nate Bargatze bit where he's talking about if he time traveled, he wouldn't be any help.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a great bit.
He said, people pick up a phone and he's like, hey, eventually you're just going to have those like in your pocket and stuff. Well, how does that work? I don't know.
This is so good.
I think it's like satellites or something. And then they're like, well, what's a satellite? I don't know. There's like, I don't know, metal in the air or something. He's like, I don't even think I could prove I'm from the future. Who's the next president? The what now?
Yeah.
I think I did a really good job of nailing his cadence and exact content.
In case you haven't heard it yet, you don't need to.
Nope, that's the gist of it.
Yeah,
just think of it way funnier than the way I just did it. This is what everybody's talking about. It's the only thing anybody wants to discuss. Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce says he is returning in 2025. Is it just me or does that dude have a wig?
See?
Thanks for agreeing.
You're welcome.
He said, quote, I can't go out like that.
Yeah.
4 catches, 39 yards in the Super Bowl loss to the Eagles. He is 35 years old, a 10-time Pro Bowler, and is dating a singer, I guess.
Yeah, that's
what I've heard. Yeah, that's it. He clearly has lost a step.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if it gets worse this year.
Yeah.
Now, he might have been injured or banged up, but I don't know. Then you'd be like, I should have, like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers should have retired after the Achilles.
Yeah.
Hey, so was it Cypress Hill? Who sang that song like, we ain't going out like that? We ain't going out like that.
It sounds like Cypress Hill when you say it like that.
Never heard of it.
That was Cypress Hill in 1993.
Okay.
God, Cypress Hill has some slammers.
They have like 4.
Let's kick it.
Rock Superstar is 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Insane in the Membrane. Insane in the Brain.
Yeah.
Outlaw, kicking like Billy Ray, Cypress Hill.
That's pretty good.
What really matters, though, is this.
Chill.
Dr. Green Bum's a good
I'll
song.
bust that grill.
In 1739, a French inventor named Jacques de Vaucanson built a mechanical duck that could beat its wings and splash around in a pool of water. But even more impressively, it would eat grain from a human's hand, appear to digest it, and then poop little pellets out of its bottom onto a silver plate.
When was this?
1739.
What?
Yeah.
They asked him, why did you build a robot duck? And he said, I've always wanted to see a robot duck.
Well played. It'd be cool to be really smart.
Ain't no big deal.
What percentage of our listeners got the reference that you just got, Sauce? 10%?
I didn't get it.
20%?
I would guess, 20.
Because it's a stretch.
But it's all people that are our age, right?
If you're 40, it's a Billy Madison reference.
I always wanted, what is it, a blue duck?
I just drew a blue duck. I've just always wanted to see a blue duck. Well, it's an excellent blue duck.
Miss Lippy.
Of course, Miss Lippy he would bang.
Yeah, she's weird.
Yeah, while the kids are out playing dodgeball, he'd give it to Miss Lippy while she's putting glue on her face.
Yeah. Yep.
I had zero knowledge that people were building robots 500 and 300 years ago.
Yeah, man.
Didn't know that was a thing.
That's why I'm here, brother.
Thanks,
That's what I do.
Hulkster.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
And real, it took until when? Like 10 years ago to get real dolls?
I don't know, Hawk, when did you buy yours?
1997.
Wow.
Kevin Durant said he would play in a one-on-one tournament for an All-Star weekend if they ever put up like $1 million. He said he would play. And it has been proposed now for the 2026 All-Star weekend. Not sure if it's going to happen, but the ladies just did it, and our friend Nafisa Collier won the $200,000 first place prize for winning the one-on-one tournament.
She's really good.
And very nice.
Isn't that basically annual salary for a WNBA player?
I think it's more than most, because that was for Unrivaled, right? I think that's...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the separate...
Yeah, so I think that's actually more than most of them make in the WNBA. So good for Nafisa, but Durant said he'd play. If they put up $1 million, he would do it.
Yeah.
Would you guys watch? I think I would watch that
Future
more than
Timberwolf Kevin Durant, sure.
There's
I
a
would
better
watch that
chance I would watch that.
More than anything else they
that
do
would be
over
great.
All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
You couldn't pay me to... I wouldn't watch it with your eyes, the current setup.
Man, those eyes have seen some weird things.
Yes, they have.
It's mostly straight flush draws. What really matters is this.
Ann Hodges from Alabama is the only reported person in history to have been struck by a meteorite.
What? I mean,
that's bad luck.
Yeah, right. Like being
Or
struck by
great luck.
lightning.
Right.
You know, there's probably a lot of people that have been struck by lightning, but to say struck by
66 times.
Great film.
I can guess how many people have been struck by a meteorite.
One. That guy, Ben Hodges.
Wow. You're like 40% listening.
Her name is Ann.
Oh.
You know how many times I've gotten a text from Ben, who used to work here? What's his name?
Taylor?
Ben Taylor, thinking it was Ben Lieber.
Ben
About 9
Taylor's the
times.
best.
They're both great. I love them both. And I don't know why I just have Ben Taylor listed as Ben in my
So you
phone.
just assume it's Lieber.
Yeah.
And so I text him back as if he's Ben Lieber, and it always confuses him. Don't know. And I'm telling you that right now. I could be in my phone changing it to say Ben Taylor.
Right now.
Not doing it. Not doing it.
At least you don't call him Ann.
I have last names for everyone in my phone. The only, like, back in the day, randoms that I would meet would be, like, first names, but then those are all gone.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago when I posted a text screenshot of my dad ripping SNL's 50th, I had people texting me and a couple people tweeting me going, it's the most Corey Cove thing of all time to have his dad listed as Lou Cove in his phone and not Dad.
Yeah, mine's... Yeah.
Do you have your dad as Jeff Lambert or Dad?
No, neither. I have it as my attorney.
Your attorney. Zachary, do you have Brian or Dad?
Brian Halverson.
That's what. See, I don't
what
know.
I had for my dad.
Your,
Hawk, what do you
your
have?
actual name.
Yep,
Hawk,
John
what do you have?
Kriesel, but I put John J. Kriesel.
Hawk, what do you have for my dad in your phone?
Slut.
Oh.
I don't know. Is it weird to have your dad's actual name in your phone, or do most people have mom and dad in their phone? I don't know.
Most people I know, I think, have their name.
Their actual name.
I think.
Which is weird because I've also been called out for the fact that my parents' names are just
their
names.
Yeah.
So.
You don't refer to him as Brian.
Never.
No.
But it's
get that ass whooped.
Consistency in my contacts.
Yeah. Alphabetical order, all that garbage.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Whatever.
It is weird
The
when I
world
ask.
needs order.
When I have to ask Siri to call, and I can tell that this person's your dad or whatever. So, but it's still I haven't done that. So I have to say, hey, blank, call Brian Halverson.
But what happens if you say call daddy? Then who does it call?
It's a whole different person.
More of what really matters after this. Parrish in a little bit, Marnie in a little bit. Initials at 8:15 with $85,500 potentially up for grabs with the St. Paul Federal Credit Union Initials jackpot. One of you gets a shot to guess and has a shot to win $85,500. Not a lot of radio shows can say that, but ours can.
Love how this is written. Join the Muss and Miller Lite at Big Louie's Bar and Grill in Kriesel next Thursday from 5 to 7. Stop by to register for a chance to win a spot in the Vikings Foundation Golf Tournament. Get the full details now at KFAN.com, keyword golf. The Muss.
The Muss. I love that man.
Not just any Muss.
Muss is the best.
My New Year's resolution is to golf with Muss more this year.
I think you can make that happen.
Paul?
Yes, sir.
We need to do that more.
I'm in.
All right, let's do more of what really matters. We're learning about duck robots on the Power Trip Morning
Yeah,
Show.
I'm giving you all the duck robot info I've got, but I got other stuff for you, too.
Yeah, but think about this. 10 minutes ago, I had zero, and I mean zero knowledge of duck robots in my entire life.
Same.
And now I have almost none, but it's not zero. Some guy in like the 1700s had a duck robot that pooped.
Wait until DR initials come up.
Duck robot.
Could be.
Maybe that's at 8:15.
Yeah.
The world may never know.
Invented by Ben Hengens.
Pretty close. Back to what really matters. The NFL is saying that the Hawkeye virtual measurement system will be in use in 2025. So they will still have the chains. They're still going to do their job, but that's the backup plan. The actual job will be done by the Hawkeye virtual measurement system. So it's not a microchip. It's just some scanning system that basically cuts the time to do the measurement in half. According to the story I read, the average time to get the chains to do the measurement is 75 seconds. The average time with the Hawkeye virtual measurement system is about 30 seconds. So more than half. It's cut. So this will be in play in 2025.
Are they saying that this will be based on where the officials place the ball, or is this going to be?
I think it's inside the ball, right?
And so then,
I wonder.
But also, will they be able to say, all right, in the pile, they had forward progress at this moment, so
Right.
that's where they're going to set the ball, or is this still going to be?
According to the story I read, no. Because again, there's no microchip in the ball. It's some kind of
There's
scanning
not. Oh, okay.
system.
Yeah.
So they even mentioned that controversial Josh Allen spot against the Chiefs, this wouldn't have helped for things like that.
Well, then
then
we're
what's the
wasting
point?
time.
Yeah, what's the point?
God, it drives me crazy.
The microchip thing is coming. I think eventually they're going to get there. But this is a step forward. It's supposed to be more accurate and faster. But the giant hog pile thing still might be a problem until they microchip it.
Between that and games still being broadcast basically in 720, beyond me. When the playoff games on Fox were in 4K, life changer. My eyes almost hurt. It was so clear. There's no reason that this multi-billion dollar industry, A, doesn't have tools to give the best spot for game accuracy, and B, the fans who are paying for this to subsidize the league through stadiums and everything else can't watch a game in crystal clear 4K in the year 2025.
And by the way, it should be noted that's not even technically actual 4K. That is it's a 1080p. So they won't even
converted.
Thank you for noting that, dude.
But no, it's
thanks.
So we're on Fox.
My point is, Europe, like every soccer game in Europe is 4K.
Thanks, Toshiba.
They won't even invest in our TV broadcasts here, even though hundreds of millions of people watch.
How do we not have microchips in the football? 300 years ago, we had duck robots.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
What are we doing?
It's over.
500 years ago, we had a guy dressed as a knight tipping his cap as a robot.
We can't even get the game in 4K.
We can't get
it's not even real 4K.
And we can't even get cameras on. We should be able to have a camera like on every first down marker. Just like there is in hockey, we have cameras on blue lines. If hockey can figure it out, football has billion times the resources.
Yeah, North Korea has 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Is that right?
I don't know.
What really matters, though, is this.
Hey, John.
Yes.
So that Vietnam documentary I was talking about last
Yes.
week, I finished it. It's 6 episodes. And they have, dude, this is the most incredible thing. This documentary is unbelievable. They have this dude who is the ace of the South Vietnamese Air Force, trained by American pilots. And they show this guy learning, and they show him flying and leading his troops. And then they show him getting in his plane and going up, taking off with his crew, and then turning around and going back and bombing Saigon. And it turned out he was a spy the whole time. And not only that, they interview him in this special. He's still alive, and he talks about it. And they show him landing his plane in North Vietnam, getting out of his plane and high-fiving and celebrating with the troops. He was a spy the entire time. And they have not only footage of him then and now, they have footage of him dropping the bombs on the palace in Saigon. You can't believe this documentary. And they're interviewing the actual people, and they're showing them then and now. You can't believe it. And this guy's celebrated as a hero because to them, he was a hero. He infiltrated the South Vietnamese Army, or Air Force, I should say, became their number one pilot, and then bombed their palace.
I had never heard that before.
I can't believe it. I can't believe what I saw, dude.
That's a legendary move there.
And you should see him getting out of the plane after he just dropped bombs on Saigon, getting out of the plane, and they're like, I can't believe it. He's like, I can't believe it either.
John, did you fight with him?
That's right. I was in the Vietnam War.
So I'd encourage you to watch it, man. It's 6 episodes of heartbreak and frustration and sadness and incredible things you can't believe.
And that was on Apple TV, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, incredible.
The Kansas City Chiefs are going to franchise tag guard Trey Smith, Sauce. I know that was one of the guys that you thought the Vikings might target. He's 25 years old, is a 6th rounder in 2021, or was a 6th rounder in 2021. So if he stays on the tag, $23.4 million in 1 year. But of course, the Chiefs are going to work to sign him to a long-term deal.
Yeah, I think that news kind of shocked a lot of people because the Bears were in, I think there was something that he has a connection to the Bears GM, but there would have been a large market for Trey Smith, and now he's probably going to sign a long-term contract as one of the, probably the highest paid guard in the league. But yeah, that's a need the Vikings desperately have. And, that
a lot of teams, clearly.
Yeah, but that would have been a great get for them, but now he's off the market, so they got to find other ways.
What really matters is this.
5 people who read their own obituaries.
Who read their own obituaries?
Yeah. In 1816, the famous English poet Samuel Taylor Coleridge, big fan, I know you are, Meat Sauce, and Mr. Coleridge, was sitting at a hotel having a cup of coffee, and he heard the people at the next table talking about his death. So he looked over, and they were reading the newspaper, and the newspaper had published his obituary. So he asked if he could borrow the newspaper, and he read the article, and then he introduced himself to the 2 people sitting there reading the article. Said, I'm sitting right here. This is me.
That's trippy.
Yeah, man.
They probably didn't believe him.
Yeah, probably not. How could you prove it? Bet they Googled it.
In the Twitter world, they definitely would not have believed him, even if he was saying, that's me. Sauce, give me just a little bit of one of your favorite poems from STC.
One of my favorites?
No.
The earth is a magical place where we all find love. FTC, over and out.
Wow.
It was more of a sonnet.
And you got his initials wrong, and you referenced, I think, the Federal Trade Commission, which I highly doubt was in play in the late, whatever year that was, 1800s or something, you said?
Did you call him FTC?
I think he said FTC.
Yeah. Yes. That's how he signed off on his poems.
Why?
Because he had a Sooname.
He had a
surname.
My God.
Now, Anna
surname
well.
is his last name.
He had a Native American name, which was really big back then.
Do you mean a pen name?
Yes. Yes.
Sooname.
A Native American.
My God.
Hawk, you're funny. I am not, but you are funny.
He signs FTC because that's his Sioux name.
I love you.
Is that too long for a podcast title? He signs FTC because that's his Sioux name?
A little bit.
Little too long? Damn.
How do we shorten that?
Sooname.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it my turn again? I'm still in shock a little bit. The NFL did set the 2025 salary cap at $279.2 million. That's a new record. So it is an increase of $23.8 million per team. What really matters, though, is this.
The first obituaries were published in around 59 BCE in ancient Rome. They appeared in newspapers that were made of papyrus and called Acta Diurna, which means daily events in Latin.
I don't. Again, you just said there's, it's pretty rare to read your own obituary. Unless you're somebody like Gene Hackman that says to the New York Times, hey, my guess is you have one in the hopper. Can I just see what you've got done?
Yeah.
I got to believe the percentage of people that would be satisfied with their obituary is almost zero. Because it is, by definition, a reduction of your entire life to a couple of paragraphs.
That's
so you'd
a
be
very
like,
good point.
that's it?
Yeah.
That's what even if you did something incredible or consistently incredible, like somebody like Gene Hackman, where you're a famous person for 60 years, that's a lot to get to. You're like, well, you left out 95 other things that I did. Yeah, we got the gist of it.
Yeah.
I think most people would feel that it was incomplete or not enough.
Well, that's interesting. Let me give you something else then. At the age of 80, the famous American circus showman, P.T. Barnum, became seriously ill. And knowing he wouldn't live much longer, he mentioned to a friend that he'd like to know what people would say about him after his death. His friend told that story to the editor of the Evening Sun, a newspaper in New York City. So he went ahead and published Barnum's obituary early so he'd get his chance. It appeared under the headline, Great and Only Barnum. He wanted to read his obituary, so here it is. He died 2 weeks later after reading his obituary.
Did he call them and be like, you son of a bitches?
Probably so.
Yeah. You left out this part? Or
Probably so, yeah. I'm going to write my own obituary right now.
It was weird writing my dad's.
Yeah?
Because you try and summarize it, but also, all right, because there wasn't room for a lot of, those son of a guns are expensive. Holy smokes. Yeah, he would have been pissed. He probably didn't want an obituary. But yeah, it's weird, the whole thing. So, seeing your own would be,
Sauce, give me the highlights of yours.
Mine?
Yeah.
Hear ye, hear ye.
We're off to a good start here.
This is timely.
Here lies Paul Lambert.
What's his Sooname?
Is this your tombstone? Or
So a town crier is carving it into your tombstone.
Yeah, it would say Paul Lambert, liked by about 5 people, hated by most. He really misses Corey and hockey. The end.
Have I been gone for a long time?
No, you guys killed me because you got sick of me.
And you still miss me?
Yeah, of course.
Well, because he doesn't get to see you. Because
Yeah.
you're still alive. You're on this earth.
Yeah.
I like that your obituary that somehow was also on your tombstone approximated how many people liked you. Didn't even bother to count the actual number. Just it was about 5.
Probably.
Now when it happens, though, it has to start here.
Of course.
Yeah. And then it'll, even in the newspaper, here lies Paul Lambert.
Yeah.
They'll be looking on the other side of the page.
Like it's freaking Beetlejuice's tombstone.
Who, me?
The Gopher men are at Nebraska tomorrow at 1 o'clock. They've dropped their last 2 basketball games to pretty terrible teams, Penn State and Northwestern. Those are bad. So they have Fred Hoiberg's Cornhuskers tomorrow at 1. Haven't seen Freddie in forever. What a good dude.
Great dude.
I love Fred Hoiberg.
Yeah.
3 regular season games left at Nebraska. Then they host number 11 Drunken Scotties. Then they're at Rutgers. God, the Drunken Scotties are number 11.
Yeah.
Yuck. What really matters is this.
Famous last words. Irish playwright Oscar Wilde in 1890 said, "My wallpaper and I are fighting a duel to the death. One or the other of us has to go." English physicist Sir Isaac Newton in 1727 said, "I don't know what I may seem to the world, but as to myself, I seem to have only been like a boy playing on the seashore and diverting myself now and then in finding a smoother pebble or a prettier shell than the ordinary, whilst the great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me." Yeah.
That's too deep. Instead of just
button bar.
Like,
Well, here's
It's a pretty calculated final couple of sentences.
How about this? Bob Hope said in 2003 to his wife, she said, "How would you like me to bury you?" And he said, "Surprise me."
That's funny.
Sauce?
Yes.
Because I don't want to do this. You're going to.
Go ahead.
Guess Gene Hackman's final words.
Me?
Oh, my God.
Sorry, everyone. My dog ate me.
He's still alive, but he's apologizing for his dog eating him.
He probably said, "This is terrible. This is not the way I want to die."
How does he know he's dying?
He can just feel it set in.
Wow.
The cold release of death. And then he said, "Kiss me."
To who?
His wife.
Was she still alive at the time?
Mummified still, right?
Yeah,
Or yet?
Yeah.
Was she wrapping him in the gauze at that moment?
Yeah. And then Brandon Fraser walked in.
Brandon Fraser?
I don't know, man.
It's Brendan.
Yeah, no, I know.
No, he's talking about a different guy. He's talking about Brandon.
Brandon is his Sooname.
Zacho gets it.
FTC out.
Yeah, FTC out. I'm not smart.
No, it's okay.
No.
Hear ye, hear ye.
And there you go.
Well, that was an hour and a half of radio that most of you will never get back. I hope you're podcasting at like 1.5 speed, so that wasn't as much of your life that you will never get back. So, by the way, like the sweet spot is 1.2.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just fast enough where you're saving time, but it's not fast enough where it sounds like they're on helium or chipmunking it.
Hey, Corey.
Most of my podcasts, 1.2. That's the sweet spot. Yes, sir.
Why are you in such a hurry, brother?
Yeah.
You can just get through more poker podcasts if it's 1.2.
Are you taking it all in?
Sure.
It doesn't sound like it.
No, I definitely am.
Nope, doesn't sound like it. Sounds like you haven't heard a word. That's what all your competitors say.
Well,
and actually, they're recording faux podcasts just for you under their Sooname.
Again, think about that. Again, this is not a joke. My wife literally has asked me, does Blake take you to breakfast to basically sabotage your poker career?
That's brilliant.
Can you imagine if Blake Bond spent 10 years giving me bad advice just to take one player off his table?
He's that calculated.
But Angie actually thinks that's possible. Are you sure he's helping you?
Yeah.
Or is he intentionally trying to make you bad?
He's the best.
I think he's trying to help. It's just not working.
Wow.
Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure.
It's like somebody's trying to train me to run the 100-meter dash in the Olympics.
Hear ye, hear ye. Mark Parrish is here. Marnie should be here shortly. Kriesel for another segment. Initials 1 hour and 15 minutes from now with $85,500 potentially up for grabs. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.